All right. Welcome everybody to the meeting tonight, or for those watching later, um, welcome. Um, it is officially November 19th of 2025. Okay, who wants to start us off tonight on updates for this week?
Well, I go first.
All right.
All
So,
right.
as of the moment, for the me and Philip worked on the Jurassic story today, and as for the level, I wasn't able. Basically, I'm having a little bit trouble trying to come up with the demo. I feel like if I get the story of it first, then I'll be able to make the rest of the level so it can look better.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm still workshopping the level, trying to find which one will be good for the demo.
All right.
But for that, I'll start sharing my screen so I can show off the Jurassic story.
Okay.
And this story is going to be a sad one.
Sad stories are sometimes the best stories, but it's still.
This what I accidentally spoke up the wrong one. Sorry, I had like two of them, and then most people are like, which was the one not showing? Okay, so the Jurassic story, it starts off with Edwin and Co. just basically entering into the Jurassic world. As they come out of the portal, they knock over a bunch of research notes and books. And that's where they meet also the wizard who lived there, Wanda, who is basically, she is like a scientist, but also she also very particular about how her stuff is. And the moment she received them, she started going off on them. Tell them why you mess up with her stuff. She just fixed it, especially since she just had to deal with another visitor that showed up recently.
Okay.
Co tries to talk to Wanda and explain more than like what they're doing here, but she's basically not caring at this point. She's just going around checking out her experiments, making sure everything is working properly. Well, that is starting to piss Co off. He is literally getting angry at her for not listening. But for Edwin, it's actually he actually excited about this whole endeavor, like going to the Jurassic period, seeing the dinosaurs, and seeing all of Wanda's magical inventions made it even more interesting. Wanda was Wanda herself is confused as to why they're here, but she's right now not in the process of trying to deal with them. She's trying to figure out a solution because, like, the person who visits her not only caused a huge ruckus in her lab, but now caused something even more disastrous to happen in the Jurassic era.
Okay.
And once Edwin tries to ask her more about her adventures, she feels more like she can't, that they ain't gonna go away unless she answers them. So she's basically complying right here, just answering questions about invention until a sudden earthquake happened. And during that earthquake, Wanda quickly had to get to one of her inventions to prevent it from continuing and affecting her lab.
Okay.
While confused, Co and Edwin asked more about the sudden earthquake, where they learned that before the whole earthquake situation and her lab being destroyed, Wanda had another visitor that showed up who was basically more into a violent rage. He destroyed most of her lab and let loose all of her dinosaur friends. But not just that, he went after a time gem, and for some reason it got damaged during the fight with her guardian, and that's what's causing all the earthquakes. And the perpetrator who did all this is the masked wizard, aka Future Emma.
Okay.
So hearing about that the masked wizard exists, Cole started to think like, is this the guy who actually killed my wife? Or in more of the sense he's asking like, is this probably is the guy that he's looking for? That's basically what's going on through his mind. While Edwin is questioning like how did the gem get damaged in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Which Wanda doesn't really give him an answer. She's more thinking about how it's impossible for a time wizard to not be able to go into a timeline, even if it's a fixed point. You see, Ko explains to her why they showed up because it was due to the fact that it was the murder of his wife, and that any attempts that Ko made to go into that timeline before her death was invalid, making it to a fixed point. And she finds that very curious and decides to try to make a workaround for him. And so here's where they start off with a deal. That she will create an experiment that will help them get into that timeline and find out who killed his wife, or even prevent it from happening. But they will have to get all of her dinosaur friends and fix and stop the Guardian from running amok. Which
Okay.
Guardian of this world is the Calamity Gold. While Ko is shocked that she wants to help him, he also being very skeptical, thinking like, okay, she basically wants something in return, obviously. Well, Edwin is more amazed by the idea that she could solve one of the biggest issues they had while traveling through this entire journey. And they
Okay.
and with that idea, said he believes that they don't have to look for the time gems anymore after she solved their problem. So with a plan in motion, they start heading out after Wanda gives them two communicators for whenever they locate a dinosaur friend. It would pinpoint their location, and she will be able to teleport that dino back to her. Yep. For Wanda, she is very advanced with her knowledge of magical machinery. So it kind of it kind of makes Poe a little bit jealous in as the story progresses, but I'll explain that later.
Okay.
Wanda explains more about like what's going on in in the Jurassic World. Basically, there are a bunch of ripples being produced by the damaged time gem. Compared to like a broken time gem, which just constantly tries to stay on, uh, broken time, a damaged one basically is like an on and off switch. It keeps turning itself on and turning itself back off when not in use. But the main reason what is causing this to happen. Anybody got a question?
So far, no.
Okay. So the main reason that what it's causing it to do is basically it tears open a hole in space, causing like future events to already have happened. So basically, it's like making a bunch of portals around the Jurassic world that shows future parts of it, like the meteor coming down to destroy the dinosaurs, or like the ice age happening, stuff like that.
Okay.
And while Ko is feeling overwhelmed by Wanda's explanation, he also starts feeling annoyed that she tries to dumb it down for them. While Edwin is just excited just to see all this happen, just to experience all of the it's all the moments of the dinosaur history, but then he starts noticing the giant meteor, but he starts thinking it's probably the sun.
Mm-hmm.
With the destination in sight, they start going through the jungle, fight off some dinosaurs, they fight some cavemen, and they rescue most of her friends. With each friend they rescue, they have a little bit of a data key that not only tells about some of Wanda's experiments, but also tells some stories about the past, like what she was doing during those times.
Okay.
And with each data key, Crow started to feel more like he's been too harsh on Wanda, but and was just acting out of anger due to like his wife's murder. But after she starts making smart comments, he starts taking most of that back. Like to Wanda, she's not really the most sociable person, but she's also the most she can annoy someone very easily.
Okay.
And while for her past, it was more that Edwin was more shocked to hear about what she experienced. And he feels like they have some similar types of stories. They both lost their, while Wanda didn't know her parents, she still lost them in the end. And like he felt like being under Toad's wing was similar to how like she was raised up in the orphanage and she lived with the goodness of those or goodness of those what do you call the people that be washout orphans? I think like uh and I think they'll be still called guardians, I think in that sense. But he feels like that they had similar relationships in that sense. And he's starting to form a connection with Wanda, more like a younger brother looking up to a big sister type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But as they continue through, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, sorry, I was getting confused about the fight. But basically, Wanda starts informing them that basically they have to look out for a cave troll who eats dinosaurs, and she's worried that he might actually get one of her dino friends in the process.
Okay.
So, as they continue to go through their search, a giant, a new shockwave hits that opens the tear into one of the worlds where the meteorite is coming much, much faster. And after seeing that, everyone starts panicking, knowing that that's what's happening, that the meteor is coming to destroy them.
Okay.
Well, Cole was unfamiliar, but at first he started noticing, like, of course, there's a giant rock coming at him. Like, of course, he's not going to try to run and panic. And Wanda, who also takes notice, tells them to run as fast as they can. And noticing how slow they are, she recommends they start hopping on the dinosaur and they use that to escape the meteor's destruction.
Mm.
But as they continue to escape the meteor's grasp, they enter through a ripple, which sends them into the moment, the aftermath of the meteor. Basically, the volcano starts erupting and causes a lot of damages. That's where they end up in the volcanic cavern that they are. And as they look around the tunnels, they see footprints of the cave troll. So they believe that he probably has one of the dinosaurs, so they follow him. And they start noticing he's getting ready to cook himself a meal. And Wanda starts yelling at Toad, begging him to save her dinosaur friend who was about to become dinosaur stew, dinosaur flambé. Whichever one sounds, you guys believe it sounds good. While Cole is starting to get frustrated over the fact that Wanda continues to constantly yell at him, the cave troll starts thinking like, is he talking to me? And so he starts taking offense to everything Cole is saying to him. While Edwin knows that the cave troll is not that smart, he thinks of a plan to use that against him and use like his own tricks to hurt himself. Once they save the dinos, Wanda starts feeling grateful. She congratulates them. But as Cole look at the data key that this dino has, which is her fate one, it starts talking about the Calamity going and how she was the one that created it. And from that point, Cole gives off a smart remark to her that causes both of them to start going
These,
into an argument.
these are the color
He,
ones. Now
to
this
Cole,
is
he's mad at Wanda because
yeah,
like
these
she
are
wants
colors.
because like she used the time gem to power up the Calamity Golem, which explains why the whole Jurassic World's going into chaos. Because when the Masked Wizard fought it, it damaged it, and now he's blaming her for like the destruction of the Jurassic World. While Wanda is saying that it's not her fault, that it's like she does take blame for like the destruction of the Jurassic World, but she's not going to let Cole just undermine her intelligence as he kept trying to berate her. While Edwin tries to calm both of them down, he starts telling Cole that like you're being a hypocrite about this because like aren't you also being disobedient by taking the time gem in the first place? And like because of that, they just try to remain silent until the rest of the journey. Wanda promises that after she finishes getting all after she finishes the portal, she'll make sure that they get there and that she doesn't have to be bothered with it. Well, Cole is accepting of this option at the moment, but they both feel bad about how they was treating each other, and this is where it gets a little bit dark. Uh, Cole thinks that Wanda is mad because is still mad at her as they get closer to the Calamity Golem's den. So they tried to contact her, but she's just remained silent. And to, he makes a promise to Edwin that he will apologize for his actions because he realized his hypocritical belief as he was trying to make change, as he was trying to disobey the rules of handling the time jump as well. Well, Edwin believes that they can make peace and like everything will be good after they take the time gem and everything goes great. And if Cole and Wanda apologize to each other first. But on Wanda's side, she's not having the best of luck. She was successful to get into that timeline, but the moment she did, the masked wizard steps out to attack her. And the last moments that it'll be in a cutscene. The last moments we'll see is that she does feel bad about how she treated Cole during that moment, and she hopes that if she gets out of this, she'll apologize to him. And that's where it ends off for now. Sorry we couldn't finish the rest of it. We'll do the rest next time.
Okay.
I like it.
I like
Thank
it
you.
a lot. I definitely want to see where it goes. Um, that that story and the whole dynamic between Ko, Edwin, and Wanda, while sad, is I think an essential piece of the overall story, which is really good to have right there in the middle or like close to the middle, because they're uh, trying to figure out who the masked wizard is and try and stop him. But then you have the slightly dark elements of Wanda could potentially lose her life in that struggle against the masked wizard, who we know as the future Edwin, but it's interesting to see that whole thing unfold so far with what you and Philip were able to get done of the Jurassic story. And it honestly leaves me wanting to see exactly how it plays out. Like, I am very excited for how it'll turn out.
Thanks, Fred. Yeah, me and Philip worked on this. He helped me analyze more of the story because at first I was kind of stumped on how to explain it because I know like with the idea of the ripples, it's kind of hard to explain something that is more magical based. But I, but he helped me figure out the proper way to explain it through the story structure, and that was what was able to be put into the story to make it make more sense.
Sounds good to me.
So, do anybody have any more questions?
I don't really have any questions or comments. Anything further?
I can't think of any right at the moment.
Well, okay then. I'll just put the chapters for anybody else who wants to just read them through
Okay.
into the chat. Well, not in chapters, but snippets. But still.
All right.
Alternatively, they can also be found in the writing chat.
Yes, they
for
can also be
anyone
found.
who can access and see all of that. So there is that option as well. But this is definitely helpful for everybody to kind of see and interact with how the story is going so far. Just thought I would put that out there as well.
All right.
Dragon, do we have any stories on the Centaur model, as well as any more progress on what you've been working on?
On the Centaur, not as yet. I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow and check and see where we're at on that one. On the Warlock, I have been working on it, so I'll show the progress here in just a few minutes. Teo, did you have any progress for this week, or? Okay. No problem. I know what you're doing is very technical.
No worries. So that leaves my update after Dragons.
Let me go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully you can see both the render view and the viewport view.
Yes.
So the clothing that is on him currently is still gonna need some working on. It's mainly I was trying to get the shape of the clothing to start, and then add in some detail once I get the shape in. But the blue shirt piece is gonna be the undershirt, where anything that shows through with his jacket on, that's what you'll see under the jacket. And then right now I just got done getting the top half of that today, and then if you can see the render view on the right,
It's a little hard to see, but
lighten it up just a hit.
okay,
Well, first of all, let me darken it for just a second. If you notice the eyes, can you see the eyes, how they glow?
yeah, the eyes were a little bit. What I was saying is hard to see.
Okay.
I can
Yeah, I'm gonna
of...
lighten it back up. I just wanted to let y'all see that the eyes glow, because that's gonna be part of in the mask with the glowing elements of the mask. So. But that's, I don't want to get it too saturated, but that's pretty much what the fully rendered will look like at the point I'm at right now, except there is a little bit of pixelation on it yet that won't actually be there in the fully rendered asset.
Awesome. It looks good so far, actually. I like the shapeage so far of the undershirt. Even for a warlock, you can tell just by how it contours to his skin that it'll be a hard opponent to face off against, for sure.
Any thoughts, Zeke, so far?
It looks really good to me.
Oh. Like I said, right now it's just in the shaping stage. I haven't really gotten into a whole lot of detail yet, but working on it.
Yeah, I can understand. I know you're getting ready with the pants of it. Like you got the pants shaking and the boots, and you're working
Yeah.
your way with the actual jacket.
Yeah.
I think jacket or undershirt.
Yeah, that's the undershirt that's there right now. The jacket will be the next thing that I start shaping.
Okay. Looks good.
I like
I
it.
can't wait when you make the eyes more glowy though.
Yeah. To give you a little bit of context of how in-depth the clothes are right now, on the pants, I'm in the process of cutting down some of the topology to make it lower poly while still keeping the shape, and then with the shirt it's still heavy topology.
Makes sense.
But what I've been doing is using the quad draw to give me the base shape, and point by point, that takes a while.
Yeah.
That's why.
Would.
Yeah, that's why I'm at the point I'm at right now and not actually further.
That makes sense.
I mean, it looks good. You've definitely gotten a lot done since last week, even though it's been
Yeah.
slow. Like
Yeah.
you barely had the pants done, a little bit last week, and now they're fully kind of shaped out, and you're already working on the undershirt. I mean, that's huge, honestly. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I've tried to work on it more through with my shoulder pain that I've been dealing with. I've been trying to get more time into it so that I get more done. Because over the holidays, I'm also going to be recouping from my next set of shoulder injections, so I probably won't be getting a whole lot done during that time. So I'm trying to get as much as I can before that so that still get some progress done.
Right. Just remember to pace yourself and don't push yourself too hard.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right.
While progress is good, killing yourself trying to get progress done is never a good thing for yourself, and certainly not
No.
good for the team either.
No,
So
believe me, I know.
with that in mind,
Mhm.
it's great to see the progress. Just definitely be sure to pace yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
that's pretty much all I have right now.
I believe that would move on to my progress report then. Okay, so I have news on everything that I'm dealing with. So my back surgery got changed for the date twice in the last week. So it started where it was at scheduled for the end of January, and then they had ended up pushing it to the day before Thanksgiving, and then due to other processes with that, they had to push it back to January, just not as far in January. So what I'm looking at right now is January 14th, I go in for my back surgery. There will definitely be a lot for me to get done for that, as well as the court stuff that I am dealing with. Before and definitely after that happens. I have gotten approved for higher level services, which will be more, especially while I'm recovering from back surgery, will be more helping with physical tasks. However, there is some other stuff related to that that's not physical tasks that I will need some help with, and now I'll be able to get those services. As far as my court stuff goes, I have to do 10 hours of community service every month for that, which I already have done for this month. I have to pay for some classes related to that court stuff, which is still rather expensive in the grand scheme of things. And just avoid as much as possible my ex and places that my ex frequents, and comply with everything and anything that my probation officer needs me to. Other than that, things are looking up, and I'm sorry I haven't really been more involved in a technical, creative side of things. I did also recently snag a book off of Amazon for being able to try and write scripts and stuff for Second Life, for kind of sort of future plans for the studio as far as everything is concerned. So I am hoping within the next few months to also get that done. And give me just a second.
You get a chance, do you move your car?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
minutes and I'll
I gotta charge my phone anyway, so. Alright.
Sorry. So that is basically my update for this week.
Okay.
So unless something unexpected happens, everything should be fairly simple, fairly routine. Next month, I'm thinking early in the month, I may need to take a drive one day to get over to a friend's house and grab the rest of my stuff, and get it packed in my car when I get there, and then leave out of their house early the next morning to make it back. But that, I don't know if that is entirely set in stone yet. But I do need to do that relatively soon. Thank you, Peter. I'll definitely need it. But things are looking up. Definitely more than they have been. And things are good. With that said, I know we don't have any updates from Peter because we are still waiting on how the Centaur is going, and I don't believe we have any updates from Soli either.
No,
just
not
because
right
she is
now.
still trying to learn programs and stuff and all of that, which I'm certain Dragon has been helping a little bit with as much as he's able to, from my understanding. So that is where everything kind of is right now. So sorry we weren't able to get you the centaur by this week, Peter, for you to start working on that. Hopefully soon we will be able to do that. One last thing I do want to say before we end up stopping the recording tonight is we do not have meeting next week due to Thanksgiving coming up next week. With that said, everyone have a fantastic week, and we will see you all in the next one, which will be. Sorry, I can't do that calculation off the top of my head. Which will be the 3rd of December.
Yes.
So we will have no meeting next week, but we will be back in December on the 3rd with another meeting. And yes, we will definitely have to look over things and discuss options for funding as well after the holidays or before, depending on how that all works out. And we may need a separate meeting, not normally scheduled for that.
Yeah, my intention is, after looking over the information, to have a meeting with Philip and you and Zeke, and if possible Marley, and figure out what the next steps are for the two options we have for looking into the funding. And as it stands right now, I believe my intention will be to let Philip take the lead on doing the application processes for those, because he is a little more familiar with that process, and he has already voiced his interest in helping with that in any way he can.
With that,
Okay.
Does anyone else have any closing words before I shut us down for tonight?
Nope.
Teo, do you have anything to add? Or any? Okay. Soli, is there anything you want to add or contribute as far as that last topic is concerned? Or am I good to? I don't know if she's
He may
at
have
the...
had to step away.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't know if she is at the computer or not, so I may just shut us down anyway. With that said, have a fantastic break, everyone, and we will reconvene on the 3rd of December.